In this podcast episode, Representative Paulina Luna shares insights from her journey into politics and delves deeply into several critical and often controversial topics. From UFO disclosures to congressional dysfunction, her conversation covers a broad spectrum of issues with a focus on government transparency, historical investigations, and societal challenges. A significant portion of the discussion centers on Luna's involvement in congressional investigations related to unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, and the broader topic of UFOs. Luna recounts her early military experience with pilots who encountered unidentified crafts that outperformed current aircraft but were forbidden from discussing it. She highlights the stigma in military and political circles that suppresses open conversations about UAPs, driven by fears of career damage and loss of security clearances. Despite the stigma, Luna explains that in her role in Congress, she has been part of task forces investigating UAPs, where whistleblowers and pilots have come forward alleging government cover-ups. She stresses the difficulty of accessing classified information despite being lawmakers, noting how military commanders and even top Pentagon officials have denied her and her colleagues entry to critical briefings. Luna emphasizes the need for more transparency to build trust with the public and reveals that evidence suggests technology surpassing our understanding of physics may be involved, possibly linked to interdimensional phenomena rather than extraterrestrial life alone. The conversation naturally flows into a fascinating discussion about the ancient texts and the role religion plays in shaping our understanding of existence, especially in relation to mysterious phenomena like UAPs. Luna shares her personal experience reading the Book of Enoch, an ancient text excluded from mainstream Judaism and Christianity, which discusses angels rebelling and mixing with humanity, intertwining theology with concepts that parallel modern UFO theories. She discusses how the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible includes writings omitted from the commonly accepted canon, such as Enoch, which were removed centuries ago by religious authorities who deemed them heretical. Luna points out that despite being viewed skeptically by many, these texts offer critical historical insights that challenge modern religious interpretations. She argues for readers to explore such literature personally, to understand its profound implications and how this knowledge intersects with ongoing questions about human origins and spiritual realities. Luna's work extends beyond UAPs into historical investigations, with a particular focus on the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. She describes a bipartisan effort in Congress to uncover documents and testimonies hidden for decades. Luna underscores how agencies such as the CIA engaged in witness intimidation, destroyed evidence, and propagated misleading narratives, like the single bullet theory, to cover up the complexity of the assassination, which had multiple shooters. She narrates interactions with foreign officials, including the Russian ambassador, revealing that Russia is set to release its independent investigation documents for public review. Luna's team has also discovered evidence that the CIA likely destroyed critical KGB intelligence and worked to suppress alternative theories explaining the assassination. She highlights the systemic obstacles in obtaining this information, which undermine public trust and demonstrate the lengths to which intelligence agencies have historically acted outside congressional oversight. Throughout the episode, Luna emphasizes the challenges whistleblowers face when attempting to disclose classified information. She recounts stories of individuals who have received threats or have been ostracized after coming forward, which creates a chilling effect hindering full transparency about critical topics, including UAPs and governmental misconduct. Luna describes how members of Congress, despite their mandate to hold agencies accountable, frequently face denials of access to sensitive information based on restrictive security clearances or special access programs. She criticizes the entrenched secretive culture within the intelligence and defense communities that operates above elected officials, ultimately obstructing democracy and the rights of American citizens to know the truth. The conversation takes a critical look at the intelligence community's historical and current role in shaping political and social narratives. Luna contends that various intelligence agencies have, over decades, acted autonomously and sometimes roguelike, influencing public opinion and policymaking to preserve secrecy, maintain power, and shape geopolitical outcomes. She links this pattern of agency behavior back to the JFK era, suggesting a long-standing issue with government bodies operating without sufficient oversight. Luna also notes that bipartisan factions within Congress play roles in either supporting transparency or obstructing reforms, influenced by deep state actors reportedly controlling sensitive information and legislation behind closed doors. Luna provides an insider's view of Congress, describing a system deeply influenced by party loyalty, procedural constraints, and lobbying power. She shares how new members receive limited training, mostly around ethics and party discipline, with unofficial rules discouraging dissent. Luna broke these rules early on by opposing procedural maneuvers and party voting demands, resulting in marginalization. Despite this, she speaks optimistically about efforts to reform Congress's function, including pushing for term limits and banning insider trading by members. Luna acknowledges the persistent obstacles from established interests, but pledges to recruit younger, principled candidates to revitalize the institution and restore accountability. The guest delves into security concerns surrounding foreign influence campaigns, particularly by the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. She reveals how Chinese-backed entities have funded various U.S.-based activist groups and riots to foment division on sensitive topics like immigration and Israel-Palestine. Luna explains that these operations exploit American minority communities to destabilize political cohesion and weaken U.S. global standing. She also highlights attempts to infiltrate universities, industries, and even Congress, with operatives aligned with foreign governments to steal technology and influence policy. Luna calls attention to the complex interplay of economic dependencies, ideological battles, and espionage, emphasizing the urgent need for robust national security measures. Drawing on personal experience representing a diverse district, Luna addresses the complicated issue of immigration reform. She explains that the current system is overwhelmed, leading to long waits and exploitation of vulnerable populations. Luna points out how illicit labor is deeply embedded in certain industries, leading to resistance to reforms like E-Verify from some political and corporate stakeholders who rely on cheap, undocumented workers. She critiques the political incentives that perpetuate immigration chaos for fundraising and voter mobilization, stressing that immigrant workers deserve protections and the chance to contribute legally. Luna advocates for a measured approach to processing and vetting new arrivals, alongside efforts to enhance educational and economic opportunities in their home countries. Luna discusses the dual-edged nature of social media in modern politics. While platforms allow direct communication with constituents and rebuttal of misinformation, they also facilitate bot-driven misinformation campaigns and incentivize viral outrage over reasoned debate. She shares examples of coordinated efforts to smear her reputation shortly after election and the broader impact of digital manipulation on public policy discussions. The representative expresses concern over the lack of accountability for disinformation agents and the pressure politicians face to perform theatrically for social media clout rather than engage in substantive governance. She calls for better platform oversight and encourages people to seek out rational conversations instead of emotional viral content. Reflecting on her entry into politics, Luna shares the transformative journey from military service and grassroots activism to becoming a congresswoman. She recounts early struggles such as smear campaigns targeting her ethnicity and family background, illustrating the harsh nature of political life. Despite this, she highlights the motivation to impact systemic change and uplift marginalized voices. Luna also touches on the importance of maintaining optimism despite systemic challenges and stresses the value of mentorship and support networks. She envisions leaving office in the near future to focus on empowering the next generation of leaders committed to accountability and reform. Throughout the discussion, Luna weaves in a profound contemplation of spirituality's role alongside scientific inquiry. She views belief in God as compatible with curiosity about extraterrestrial life or interdimensional phenomena. Referencing her Christian faith and the enigmatic contents of ancient texts like Enoch, Luna perceives a broader cosmic order that transcends everyday understanding. This interplay influences her perspective on disclosure and the societal readiness to confront paradigm-shifting truths. She expresses hope that increased transparency about UAPs and historical mysteries will encourage a more open, spiritually grounded public discourse rather than fear or denial.